Ever feel stuck, like, in a financial rut?
Hmm.
Living paycheck to paycheck and just dreaming of a life with more abundance.
Oh, yeah. I think that's something a lot of people can relate to for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So today, we're going to look at attracting more wealth even when you're feeling broke.
Okay, great.
We're going to do a deep dive on that today.
Awesome. Love that. And we're looking at insights from someone who's been there,
Ooh, love that.
Andrea Schulman,
Okay.
and she actually transformed her own financial situation using the principles she teaches.
Oh, wow. So she's not just talking the talk, she's actually walked the walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Always more convincing.
I think so.
What is the source material that we're looking at today?
So it's her YouTube video. It's called I Became Wealthy When I Learned This: How to Attract Money When You Are Broke.
Nice.
It's full of advice based on her own experience.
Okay.
And, she's really clear that she wasn't always wealthy. Like, she really knows what it's like to, be in that paycheck to paycheck struggle.
Okay, I'm already feeling more connected to this. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
So where does she suggest we even start this whole attracting wealth thing?
Well, one of the first things she really emphasizes is this idea of, like, adopting this I've got nothing to lose mentality.
Okay, that's kind of an interesting way to frame it. What does she mean by that?
Well, think about it. When you're at a financial low point, you're not as afraid to take risks, right?
Right.
Because you're not burdened by that fear of losing a ton of money because, frankly, you don't have a ton to lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, leap in the net will appear.
Exactly. In a way.
Yeah, it's about, yeah.
You just got to go for it.
It is. It's about taking action and figuring things out as you go.
Yeah.
And Schulman actually shares this really great story about moving to Florida with very little money.
Hold on. She just packed up and moved across the country with, like, almost nothing in her pocket.
It was.
That is a leap of faith. And that's kind of the boldness that she's encouraging, because when you're starting from scratch, you can be more open to those opportunities that people with, maybe more to lose might shy away from.
Wow. It makes you think about what risks we're not taking,
Yeah.
because sometimes playing it safe keeps us stuck.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that ties in perfectly to her next point, which is all about building momentum one step at a time.
So it's not about winning the lottery overnight. Darn.
Not quite, but she talks about the importance of understanding what she calls vibrational states.
Ooh, I love that.
That energy that you're putting out into the
Yeah.
world. And she says comparing yourself to billionaires when you're just starting out can be, like, really counterproductive.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. It's like comparing yourself to, like, a pro athlete when you're just starting to work out.
Exactly.
So discouraging.
If we want to attract wealth, we need to shift our focus from lack to abundance.
Okay.
And that starts with celebrating every win, no matter how small.
Okay. I'm starting to get this whole vibration thing. So how do we start shifting it to be more in alignment with abundance?
Well, she uses this really, really great analogy of learning to ride a bike.
Okay.
Think about when you were first learning. It was wobbly, maybe a few falls, definitely not smooth sailing.
I was a mess on a bike. What's the connection?
But with each, wobbly pedal, you gained a little more momentum, right?
Yeah.
You started to feel a little more stable. And eventually, you were cruising along, barely even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Attracting wealth is kind of similar. It's about celebrating each step forward, each dollar that comes in, as a sign that you're building that momentum.
So it's not about the destination. It's about enjoying the journey and acknowledging the progress. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're building momentum. How do we actually shift our energy to attract wealth? What can we do?
That's where her idea of acting as if comes in.
Okay. What does it mean to act as if you're already wealthy? Like, I'm not about to start throwing money around. I can tell you that.
It's not necessarily about spending money you don't have.
Okay, good.
It's more about aligning your actions and behaviors with the reality you want to create. If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
So it's not just about positive thinking. It's about actually embodying that wealth mindset in our lives.
Exactly. And she gets super specific with her examples. Like, she talks about how even things like, smoking,
Oh, okay.
using negative language, neglecting your appearance, or, just like mishandling your money can all be reflections of this, like, low abundance mentality.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. But it makes sense. If you're constantly putting yourself down or surrounding yourself with negativity, it's got to be hard to feel abundant.
Yeah, it's about recognizing those, subtle ways we might be, like reinforcing that lack without even realizing it.
Right. Okay. So if we're unconsciously embodying these broke habits, as you said, how do we flip the script? How do we start acting as if we're wealthy?
Well, she suggests like studying the habits of wealthy people
Oh,
and gradually incorporating those into your own life.
okay.
And she emphasizes, it doesn't have to be this complete overhaul, like overnight.
Right.
Small changes can make a big difference.
Okay. I like that. Baby steps to billionaire status. But seriously, what kind of habits are we talking about?
I mean, it can be as simple as, like upgrading your wardrobe,
Okay.
improving your grooming,
Mm,
or even, just being more mindful of your language.
okay.
It's about making choices that align with that, energy of abundance.
It's like sending a message to the universe like, hey, I'm ready for more. I'm taking care of myself, treating myself with respect.
Exactly.
Wow.
And remember, it's not about like pretending to be someone you're not.
Right.
It's about, stepping into the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
The version that's already aligned with that wealth and abundance.
So it's not about faking it till you make it. It's about becoming it.
I like that. Yeah, becoming the version of yourself that's ready to receive that abundance. And that's an ongoing process, right? She shares how she still, actively adds abundant habits to her life, even though she's already achieved, a certain level of financial success.
I love that. That's so inspiring. It's not a one-time fix. It's a lifestyle change. What's one wealthy habit that someone listening right now could start incorporating today? Something practical and actionable.
It really depends on the individual. It could be anything from, like setting a budget,
Okay.
tracking expenses,
Yeah.
to, investing in your education or even starting a side hustle.
Yeah, those are great. Taking control of your finances, making choices that support your financial goals.
And don't forget the power of gratitude, too.
Oh, yes.
Practicing gratitude for the abundance you already have can be super powerful in attracting even more.
That's so true. Yeah, sometimes we get so caught up in what we don't have that we forget to appreciate what we do have.
Totally.
Totally.
Gratitude shifts your vibration, from lack to abundance.
Mhm.
It's like saying to the universe, hey, I'm open to receiving more.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So we've got this nothing to lose mentality, building momentum through small wins, and acting as if we're already wealthy. How do those three things work together to create that abundant life?
It's like this powerful synergy, right? You've got that nothing to lose mindset that kind of empowers you to take those risks, break free from those limiting beliefs. You've got, that momentum building that keeps you motivated and reinforces that feeling of abundance.
Yeah.
And then you've got that, acting as if, which aligns your actions with your desired reality,
Oh,
creating that magnetic force that draws wealth towards you.
it's like they're all pieces of the same puzzle.
Exactly.
Each one is important, but together they create the complete picture.
Exactly. And remember, attracting wealth is a journey.
Mhm.
It's not this destination. It's about enjoying that process of growth and expansion.
It takes the pressure off.
Yeah, totally.
It's not about achieving some arbitrary level of wealth. It's about constantly evolving and becoming more aligned.
And speaking of evolving, she mentioned something really interesting in the video.
Okay.
She talks about continuing to add abundant habits to her life, even as she continues to experience, more wealth.
That's so interesting. What kind of habit do you add once you're already on the path? What is beyond setting a budget and dressing for success?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And that's the thought-provoking question I want to leave our listeners with today.
Love that.
What's one abundant habit that you might not have considered? Something that could really shift your vibration and attract, even greater abundance into your life.
I love that. It's a challenge to our listeners. We've given you the foundation. Now it's your turn to get creative and build your own unique path to abundance.
It's awesome.
It's been such a pleasure exploring these really powerful concepts with you. Remember, attracting wealth is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride. If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it really makes you think, what does it look like to keep growing that abundance, even when you've already achieved a certain level of success?
It's fascinating, and it really speaks to that idea that abundance isn't just about, money.
Yeah.
It's about a mindset,
Yeah.
a way of being in the world.
Okay, So what kind of habits might someone who's already financially successful focus on to, further enhance their abundance?
Well, it could be things like investing in their personal growth
Okay.
through like coaching or mentorship,
Okay.
focusing on giving back to their community through philanthropy,
Yeah.
or even like deepening their spiritual practice.
Oh, yeah. Those are some great examples. So it's about going beyond just accumulating wealth and moving towards a more holistic sense of abundance.
Exactly. Using your resources, both financial and otherwise,
All
to
right.
create a positive impact on the world around you.
I love that. It's about realizing that true abundance is about so much more than just money.
Mm,
It's about living a life that is filled with purpose and meaning and connection.
totally. And that's something that, we can all cultivate
Right.
regardless of our current financial situation.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on what it means to attract wealth and abundance. Thank you for diving deep with us today.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure exploring these, powerful concepts with you. And remember, abundance is available to all of us. It's simply a matter of aligning our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with its flow.
I love that. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.